Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm.
On February 1st, I'll start a new podcast series called Context and Clarity. Now, I know you may be wondering to yourself, do we really need another daily podcast? There are a lot of them out there, but the answer is yes. Yes, you do. And here's why. Every weekday, I'll be joining you to help you find clarity around the things that matter most to you, the architect. It doesn't matter if you're the employee of a firm or you've had a firm for 2 years or 10 years. You may have even said 2021 is my year, and you may have circled a date on the calendar for when you're going to launch your own thing. Whatever your context is, I'll cover one topic every day, topics that will fall under the business of architecture. And every day, we'll dig in and help you find clarity around the things that matter most to you. Hi, my name is Jeff Echols, and I'm the host of the Build Your Brand podcast on Gable Media. I'm also the Director of Brand Strategy at Entre Architect. I'll tell you a little bit more about Gable Media later, but first, I want to give you a little bit of background about why I think it's so important to launch the Context and Clarity podcast. Back in April of 2020, as the global pandemic was starting to take hold in the United States and things had begun to shut down, I was talking with Mark R. LePage. He's the host of the Entre Architect podcast, and he's the founder of the Entre Architect worldwide community of architects. We talked not only about the things that Entre Architect members needed, but that the profession of architecture as a whole and individual architects across the world needed. And we realized that maybe the best thing that we could do to support the community was to give them someone to talk to, somewhere to go that they could discuss the things that matter most to architects in this new and changing world. As we started to look around, we knew that everything was changing for everyone, for architects, for their clients, for our families and our friends. And so Mark and I came up with the idea of starting Context and Clarity Live as a Facebook Live event inside the Entre Architect Community Facebook group. We did that just as a way to support each other and support our community. We had a start date. We started April 6, 2020. But contrary to the advice that I give every firm leader, that you have to have a succession plan. You have to figure out what your end game is. You have to have your exit plan. We didn't have an end game. We didn't have a succession plan. We didn't even have any idea where this was going to go. All we knew is that we needed to start the conversation. We needed to help our community find clarity around whatever mattered most to them in their context. And that's where Context and Clarity was born. So here we are, nearly 1 year later. The Context and Clarity conversations still go on every weekday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern inside the Entre Architect Community Facebook group. If you're an architect, I invite you to join in that conversation inside the Facebook group. If you're not a fan of Facebook, that's okay. I'm not either. The only thing that I do on Facebook is host Context and Clarity and participate in conversations inside the Entre Architect Community Facebook group. That's it. I even have an easy link that takes me straight to the group so I don't have to see any other part of Facebook. If you're interested, the link is entrearchitect.com/group. Super simple. It takes you right there. So think about joining the group and adding to the live conversation. But what I'm launching right now is a new extension to those live daily conversations. In this daily podcast, I'll recap yesterday's episode and I'll preview today's episode. I'll let you prepare yourself for the conversation at hand. If you want to join us live in the Facebook group, you can do that. If you missed yesterday's conversation, you can catch up. If you'd rather just get the Cliff's Notes version of the conversation via the Context and Clarity podcast, that's fine too. But the point is, I'm here. We're here to support each other. We're here to have the conversations that matter most inside the profession of architecture, that matter most to our clients, that matter most to our friends and our loved ones. But most importantly, we're here to find clarity around the things that matter most to architects just like you. That leads me back to Gable Media. What the heck is Gable Media? Gable is a multimedia network for people that care about the built environment. It's a growing family of podcasts and video channels that support and empower people that want to lead the architecture, engineering, and construction world towards better businesses, better lives, and a better world. Gable is the home of my Build Your Brand podcast, and like I said, the home of Context and Clarity. With the variety of shows on the network, I know you'll find something there that interests you. You can find out more at gablemedia.com. That's GABL media.com. So I hope you'll join me for Context and Clarity. We'll cover all kinds of topics, like I said, under the broad umbrella of the business of architecture. Sometimes it'll be marketing, sometimes business development, maybe profitability or productivity. Sometimes they'll be about equity. Sometimes there'll be difficult conversations about what we need to address not only as a community, but as a society. My only promise to you is that we will dig into the topics that matter most to you. That's what Context and Clarity is here for. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm coming to you now in the form of a daily podcast called Context and Clarity. I hope you'll join me every weekday for Context and Clarity so together we can build better businesses and a better profession so that you have more freedom, more time, and a better ability to practice your art and practice your craft. I look forward to this journey with you every weekday beginning February 1st. See you then.
Context and Clarity, a new daily podcast from Entree Architect with co-hosts Jeff Echols and Katharine MacPhail. Listen and subscribe right now at gablemedia.com. That's G-A-B-L media.com.
Imagine earning continuing education credits while doing exactly what you're doing right now. Well, you can. Gable Media has revolutionized the way you earn your continuing education credits with a groundbreaking approach. Forget running around town and scouring the internet for credit-worthy courses. Fulfill your CE requirements effortlessly by listening to engaging podcasts just like the one you're listening to now. Our podcasts are designed to educate, entertain, and inspire, all in a user-friendly environment. But wait, there's more. Architects, Gable Media is also approved as an AIA continuing education services provider. Upon completion, we handle everything, from reporting your hours directly to the AIA to storing your certificates in your personal Gable Media profile for your self-reporting needs. So follow the link in the show notes and start earning your credits in the most innovative and entertaining way possible with Gable Media.
Attention architects and creative minds, get ready to supercharge your brand with Build Your Brand, the podcast that's unlocking the secrets of branding success for creatives. Hey there, it's Mark Arlepage, founder of Entree Architect, and I'm inviting you to join my friend, architect marketing expert Jeff Echols at Build Your Brand podcast, where he explores the captivating stories of the world's top brands and transforms their lessons into powerful moves for small firm architects and creatives like you. In Season 1, Jeff shares the thrilling tale of Southwest Airlines, where he dissects their journey to the summit and distills it into strategies tailor-made for you.
It's important to keep in mind that companies like Southwest compete in the real world, just like you, and face real-world challenges, just like you. You might be surprised at how similar those challenges are to the struggles that you grapple with on a day-to-day basis.
Don't miss out on your blueprint for success. Subscribe, tune in, and let's build your brand together.
You may have noticed that the very best brands in the world are also known for having somewhat unique corporate cultures. That's often the glue that holds everything together when they encounter those rough spots.
We don't do it because it inconveniences the passengers to whom we are primarily dedicated, the short haul, frequent flyer.
Follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Your Brand today. Remember, no matter the size, the journey's the same. Your brand's journey to the top starts here.